Welcome everybody to today's demo on AltaSQL. We're going to demonstrate how AltaSQL allows you to easily and effectively add and modify expression columns with comments in order to generate select statements from metadata repositories. This provides view functionality without actually having to create Snowflake views. We call this feature virtual views. This will enable you to more rapidly add functionality to existing Snowflake objects. So let's provide an overview of AltaSQL. Generating SQL statements from metadata is a core feature of AltaSQL's patented technology and process. AltaSQL architecture is simple, consisting of AltaSQL user-defined functions, which are delivered as secure user-defined functions via the Snowflake shared database technology. Metadata repositories. These are Snowflake tables initially created by importing metadata from the Snowflake information schemas. Typically, all tables and views in a Snowflake schema are imported. Virtual repositories are a special type of repository. They are simply views on the Snowflake information schema. They are always current, no maintenance is required, and they do not support transformations or AltaSQL tags. They are a select star replacement only. View definitions. All rows in a repository having the same value for the view name column. Repository creation provides view definitions for all imported Snowflake objects. Creating new view definitions from existing view definitions is the core of AltaSQL's patented process. Virtual views are simply view definitions that will enable you to generate select statements. This feature provides a named query for generating SQL statements. You do not need to do anything specific to create a virtual view. This is automatically handled. AltaSQL tags are rows in a view definition that provide a user-defined metadata catalog capability, which we will discuss in other demos and videos. Generated SQL statements are not executed by AltaSQL. This enables users to review and modify generated SQL as needed and use appropriately sized warehouses and roles. We will demonstrate this capability in a hands-on recording made in real time to create and execute multiple queries based on the result of a single AltaSQL function call that replaces select star. For manual use, copy and paste the result into a worksheet with an appropriate warehouse and role. Review and edit as appropriate, and execute the generated SQL. In order to make your life easier, we provide easy-to-use, downloadable spreadsheets with ready-to-execute function calls for each product. You simply copy and paste the function call from the spreadsheet, edit the argument values, and execute. You then copy and paste the result of the function call for your desired operation. So let's talk about what we are going to do in the hands-on demo. We will demonstrate adding expression columns to view definitions. Adding expression columns is a core feature of AltaSQL. Adding expression columns optionally includes having a comment on the column, which is not something you can do with normal select statements. There is no limit on the number or complexity of expression columns. Use the Snowflake double dollar construct for expressions with embedded quotes. So let's talk about the two primary use cases. The first use case is simply building more robust select statements to be generated from view definitions. This is the advantage of our visual view approach to generating statements. It's also effectively adding new expressions to existing Snowflake objects without actually having to alter their Snowflake definitions. It's also effectively adding new expressions to existing Snowflake objects without having to alter their Snowflake definitions. This demo assumes access to the AltaSQL defined functions and select and insert privileges on the AltaSQL repository. The Chinook music sales database is used for examples. So let's talk about the workflow for adding expression columns. Set the context variable sbuild or meta repository to the desired repository. Copy the sbuild repo session variable function from the ready to execute spreadsheet. Edit and execute the function call. This produces the set sbuild or meta repository fully qualified repository name statement. Copy and execute the resulting set statement into your worksheet. Copy and execute the resulting set statement into your other worksheet. If needed, search a repository for the name of the desired object. Search the repository for column comments and other metadata to help you find the appropriate Snowflake Boca. If needed, search the repository for the name of the desired object. Search the repository for column comments and other metadata where appropriate. Copy the sbuild add expression function from the ready to execute spreadsheet. Edit and execute the function call. Copy, paste, and format the resulting insert statement into your desired worksheet. Examine the statement before executing to make sure you're not wasting effort or credits. Set the appropriate role and use an extra small warehouse. Use the sbuild alter view column expression if you need to change the expression, and use the sbuild alter view delete view column to delete the expression. This is not shown. Let's jump into the hands-on demo. So the first thing we need to do is set our repository context. We do this by running the sbuild repo session variable. We copied this from the Excel spreadsheet and edited it already, so we only need to execute it. Copy and paste the resulting set statement and execute it. And we are ready to demonstrate the AltaSQL defined functions used for working with expression columns. This is the function call that we have copied from the Excel worksheet for adding an expression. It's called sbuild add expression. Note that all of the arguments except for the comment are required. The expression comment is optional, but one of the nice features about AltaSQL is the ability to have comments on expression columns, which is not something you can do with a regular Snowflake select statement. So this is the edited function call that we are going to use. Note that we have a case statement as the expression. We've told it that the column order is 20, which is going to be at the end of the columns. And we've given it an expression comment, which is just a regular column comment. We'll copy and paste this into our execution worksheet. You will note that we have our expression column and our comment. So let's simply execute this. I executed successfully. Now let's go back and generate a select statement so we can see how this all worked. This is the sbuild select function call that we copied and pasted from the Excel spreadsheet. Note that the repo view name is required and that the from clause is optional. That is a feature that we call plug and play, which lets you use different from clauses. We're not going to demonstrate that as that is part of other demos, but we will add the post from clause. This is the edited sbuild select function call. Note the post from clause. We will copy and paste this into our execution worksheet. Format and execute it. Note the from clause and the order clause. When we don't specify a from clause, it uses the default values for the view definition. Look at the data And you will see that it is in fact a commission column way off to the right here. So let's make it easier to see this. One of the things you can do with our select statements is simply comment out columns as opposed to using something like the exclude keyword. So we will cheat and use DB Visualizer's comment block. We will re-execute this and you will see the commission. So let's go back and modify the expression. So we have already copied, pasted, and edited the function sBuildAlterViewColumnExpression, which takes the same arguments as the addExpression function call. We've changed the case statement to up the commissions paid for some of the higher valued sales, and we've added a different comment. So let's go ahead and execute this. Copy and paste it into the execution worksheet. We formatted it and we are going to execute it. Note the new column comment. Okay, so let's go back and generate the select statement again. We'll copy and paste that into our execution work. We will format it. And you'll see that the numbers are slightly higher. So let's go ahead and execute this. Well, before we do that, let's just get rid of some of the columns so you can see it better. And you'll see here that now the commissions are slightly higher. Finally, let's go back and see what the column comment looks like now. You'll see we have our revised comment as well. This demonstrates how easy it is to add expression columns to your view definitions and modify them, enabling quicker and easier development and test of your queries. So let's summarize what we showed you in the hands-on demonstration. We demonstrated how to add an expression column. We demonstrated how easy it was to modify an expression column. This enables rapid development and test of expression columns. We also showed how you can simply remove expression columns in the generated select statement. This provides flexibility in both development and general usage, as the end users can simply comment out any expression columns that they don't want to use. We saw that it was easy to add and update virtual expression columns without altering the existing Snowflake objects. Thank you for listening. My name is Jeffrey Jacobs, and I am the CTO and founder of AltaSQL.io.